Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back and I missed you guys, but we have to do the work now. So, where did we end, right? That's the first question. Where did we end yesterday? I had a very nice uh experience with you guys. So, I'm going to start from Eurocard, possibly end at USD JPY. Okay. Yeah, or even yeah, USD JPY. So we're going to go through 5 pairs together, right? Yeah. So firstly, within 28 minutes, I think 22 minutes, fine. No, no. I think how many minutes is this? Yeah, 21 minutes now. Okay, anyway, it's still fine for me because the good part is you guys have been following me, so it will be a bit easier for me to teach you and show you where we are in the market, what I'm expecting, and what we'll be looking for. Okay, right. So first thing is, as you can see, price right now is mm, okay. So as you can see, price right now is at a very nice. This is a lower, higher low, higher high, and then price currently broke above this OG level, and you can see we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, over at least 4 touches of this price action going on. So, and whenever we are below, we are selling. Whenever we are above, we are buying, right? Okay, and this is my higher low. But again, if you kind of just pay attention to this level here, let me just do something like this. You can also find out that price is also uh, uh, how can I do this? So you can also find that this is also an OG level. Price has been respecting this zone 1, 2, 3 times, okay? And this is the weekly time frame. So if I switch to daily time frame, you see that okay, price has done at least how many touches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roughly 6 touches at this point. And if you remember last year, we caught these sales at this point based off the same idea of price selling. Okay. So the next thing now that we'll be looking at is how can we join these buys after knowing that price is bullish, has rejected at the OG level with an engulfing, the 3 taps, and now price also sadly closed with the bearish candle, right? So regardless of the bearish close in the daily time frame, if you look at the weekly time frame, price closed with a pin bar at an OG level, okay? At a point where I expect price to reject from receipt. So what does this tell me? That this pin bar will be in favor of the buys, not the sales, right? Because it's at the level I'm expecting price to buy. Unless if I was looking for sales, then this would be in favor of my sales, right? Uh, so now after seeing that, let me try to switch on the 4-hour time frame so we can see the clear picture of these markets, right? So upon seeing the 4-hour time frame, we can see what our markets are trying to show us here, that price is willing to sell, to buy, sorry, but at what cost? Okay, we can see this was an OG level. price broke above, we tested with an engulfing. Later on, you enter, you can put your, if you put your stop here, yes, you can be stopped out. That I can't lie to you. You can see price ended up stopping price out. And this would have been our entry, but unfortunately, price ended up selling. Because I told you just the Canadian dollar was just was in this fight with the US dollar because of the tariffs and all those threats going on. So it kind of made the pair move in this kind of direction. But so that's why we got this loss here. But then if you see again, you can observe that price is making lower lows, lower highs now. Most importantly, if you can use the 3-hour time frame, you can clearly see that this is our level where we can expect price to have a shift. Okay. So now, what do we do in this case? I just simply wait for price to break above, retest, engulf, and that's it for my buys. You see how this clean is? I don't even have to waste time on showing how, because you can clearly see once price breaks above this level, even on the 4-hour time frame, it's also going to break above this level here. You see, in the line charts, this is a very nice shift, but just on the candlestick pattern, it's still bearish. But when you use the 3-hour time frame, which is most of the time the 4-hour time frame for a lot of brokers, you can see price is going to shift. Okay, so then we can just make use of this price action that will happen here, and then we can advance with the buys. Okay. So as you can see, it's more of the same thing with GP card and Euro card. I'm just trying to see how the daily time frame react. In this case, is the daily time frame going to give me a bullish engulfing tomorrow? You see? Also with GPP card, the same thing. Is the daily time frame going to give me an engulfing tomorrow? See? So when we get that price, we'll then decide where we have to go. Okay, this market would have been bought by now, way back, but I don't know. That's the same reason I'm telling you, because though this slowed down with all these Canadian pairs. Okay, but I like Eurocard for now. Then NCD USD. This is a very nice buy. Let me see first what I'm talking about. Oh no 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 no. The weekly has been bullish, bearish. It's just that the reason why I was selling this, I was buying it because I knew price was heading for this what's this lower high, as you can see. So since price is now at this lower high, it's okay for me to look for buys, but now I don't have to do anything because I don't really know if price will want to buy at this point and change the character, the direction, the trend, or price will let down sell and price will continue selling. Okay, because the weekly is bearish at the end of the day, regardless of how much bullish momentum we get. Remember, we haven't yet broken past this level. This level or below this point. So anything going on between these points, it's just market structure. Okay. So now if we switch the daily time frame, interestingly, we can see price ended up going bullish, ended up retesting this OG level here, and you can see that price ended up also respecting the pivot. Let me show you what happened. Remember what I was saying? I told you, regardless of this being a nice retest point, price always come back at the pivot, then buy. See how price reacted at the pivot. Nice touch, nice 4-hour momentum, and price has been bullish ever since. You see? So now the only reason why I can't trade this pair this week is because I don't know if price will want to continue buying, sorry, or price will continue selling. Okay. So in this case, I rather just take a step down from doing anything. But if I really want to still participate in this pair, it's just a way, it's just a matter of me waiting for price to break above, test and then buy, which is a bit risky, but still, like I told you, it is a very strong level of resistance. Again, you can see price always sells when we are here, we sell, but the daily is bullish. And you can clearly see that it makes more sense for us to buy back if price comes back here, right? And this is a 4 this is a weekly level where price should reject from if it doesn't want to sell. So if it is us planning on selling this thing, the best way is just to wait for price making a new high, a shift, a retest, and then we can start selling, respecting the weekly time frame. Okay, because remember, price will always respect the weekly level, always. So this is still the weekly analysis I can approach in these sales, but still, if I was to pick this play, I would be very cautious in seeing how the daily face reacts at this level. Is it holding or is it trying to break above? Okay. Then we can take it from there, right? ADNZD. Let's try to see how we can help each other with this pair. Okay. Huh. Okay. Remember last week, the market was very simple. Price took out the pivot, retested, took out the pivot, but I was waiting for price to break outside the pivot, and which it did, though just in the morning. So the mistake I did was I was supposed to enter based off this break, you know. That's what this market was trying to show me. This is when I was supposed to make my entry. No, but I was waiting for price to break below, retest and then sell. But you can see what price did. Never retested and never gave me the chance. Same with this point, price again never retested, just sold. So what I'm trying to learn here is for this pair, once price takes out the pivot, it does not retest, you just have to enter. Because I've seen it twice, one, two, I think three times even here, you can see. Price just sold off. So we've gained that experience, but now how do I participate in these sales again, right? Let's go back to the daily time frame. The daily time frame is still bearish. When we look to this other side, do we have any form of structure? No. So my structure will be based off what I'm seeing at this level only. Okay, so but I have a very nice level that I can make use of, which is this point here, right? And I can just try to maybe put this point there, right? So you can see this is a very nice, let me see, let me use the weekly. Yeah, this is a very nice level of resistance that can give me confidence of price selling more. And you can, as you can see in the weekly time frame, price has made a lower low, retest made another lower low, retest of this level here, price closed with a nice rejection. So it's more, it makes sense that price should continue selling, right? And break past this level here. Here. Okay. So when we now have the idea of where price wants to go, all that's left is how the daily time frame is looking. And now you can see it's also fine. You have a nice double top around here. Price is on its way to retest. So it's a clear momentum that will be in support of where price will just come back here easily, and price give us that engulfing we are looking for. See? So that's the same thing. Okay, so if I put in the forward time frame, you can see though it will be a bit tricky because this is the forward pivot, but this is the forward pivot here, right? That's why it is so maybe we can just try to, let me see, I don't want to increase this just for the sake of the pair. Yeah, no, this is fine. Yeah, so we can just wait for price to come back inside here. Okay. And then we can see how price respects the level at this point. Okay. So and then take it from there. Okay. AUDJPY, you can see this is the weekly time frame. Price bought massively. Okay. So now let's go to the daily time frame. Why is price being said buying all this time? Remember what I always told you guys, that the pivot has to be respected always, right? So why is price buying? Because it needs to retest this level. Okay. And now since that I'm at this level, I can start looking for sales. Okay. Yes, you might say, but you can see how long this price, yeah, it's been buying, but trust me, I'm at this pivot now. This is where I expect price to sell. Okay, so if I just get a very nice daily engulfing here, expect price to start selling. Okay, especially on the forward time frame. Now what I'll be waiting for is a nice high, nice high low, nice shift, nice retest, nice engulfing. Okay, this is what we'll be waiting for. Okay. uh yeah. So trust me, this term will sell massively. The same way it's been buying. The moment price just gives a very nice indication that of this pivot here, price will sell. Okay. Yeah, so don't worry. You witness the pivot strategy with your own eyes again, and you know that why I always tell you is wait for price to give you the pivot. Once that plays out, my brother, they are now ready to sell. Okay. As you can even see here, still when price sold, price had to respect the pivot and then it ended up what? Selling. See? When price sold more, price had to come back, respect the pivot, price ended up selling. So again, when price sold, price had to come back and respect the pivot, ends up selling. You see? So the only way I'll consider this invalid is if price closes above this level, the daily time frame, and goes bullish, then yeah, I might forget about this. Okay. No, but as long as I'm still bearish, you're still looking for those sales. Okay. Then lastly is USD JPY price. Respect didn't come back to these people, but why they anticipate for this sale is because price rejected at this pivot, made a very nice drop and a retest at this resistance. This indicates that price We'll go back to the pivot, but not just anytime soon. Okay. And you can see what price ends up doing is that it comes back at the level where price shifted. As you can see, this is a lower high. Yeah, this is a lower high, lower low price. We test the pivot here and price engulfs. You can see price sells. Okay. So what do we get? We just get price coming back at this OG level. So I think if the market opens, I think we can take this sell. I can take this sell if the market opens. I can just wake up in a very nice situation where price during Asian just plays around here and I wake up with an engulfing. Why not take this sell? I'll definitely take this sell. Okay. uh so I think that's it for this session. Then when we meet next, I'll do USD card, DJPY, and all these other pairs left. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Have a very nice afternoon.
Welcome back, guys. So, like I told you when we meet, we can do USD card, AD card, USD CHF. Yeah, I can do at least three, Just spend 30 minutes, 20 minutes, that's fine. So this is USD card. Just do this right here. So we can be more clear. Okay. As you can see on the weekly time frame, price is very much bullish. This is the high low. And this is the high, right? So what does this mean to me? It means that the price wants to buy. What? Regardless of where price is, all I have to do is look for buyers. Whether it's almost at my level of shifting, we still look for buyers, okay? And you can clearly see that price has just come back at this point. So now what I'm trying to learn is when we enter a trade, I think we can capitalize off the trade, because look at this, this was a buying trade, which I knew price would reach this level. So it's more of a sign that, let's say I've entered this buy and I close out at this level. When I see price breaking above this point, yeah, I should re-enter. There's no point of me not re-entering, right? So that is something I'm trying to learn with you guys. Just try to learn the art of entering, right? Because price ends up giving us small entries that we can benefit from with one trade, okay? That depends on how we take the trade, okay? Because I just noticed, let's say, since I knew this was the direction, imagine if I kept catching these loans here, you see, I would have been way better the whole month by just catching all these loans here, you see, without even risking more. You see, so the whole month I would have just ended up trading one small direction, you see. Rather than, so in this case, price has been bearish, you see. So let's say, in this case, you wanted to go short, let me just say, let's just say, for instance, price shifted, right? On the 4 hours, you can see we got our shift here. So once we got our shift at this point, you can see that price came back every single pin. Since then, price has just been making uh, lower lows, lower highs. So let's say it gives us this exit point, price comes back a bit. You can simply just look for price to break below and we test the pivot. Then golfing, you can enter another level. Uh, just something like that is what I'm trying to learn, And when see price break below, come back here, give an engulfing another entry. You see, just following that downtrend. So it's what I'm trying to get into. Just learn the way so that if I know price is buying, I just stick to the buys and don't do anything at all, but just following the trend of buying, 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 buying. Because what I've come to find is price might be bullish in the pair for the whole month. And if you just stick to that pair, the whole month you might just capitalize off that one pair with one direction. You see? So uh, let me just give an example with all these pairs that I'm trying to buy. So let's say I catch a buy on this trade this week, okay, again, because it's still valid. You catch a buy here. The moment price breaks above this level, I should look at how the 4 hour will be looking. If I just get an opportunity, I can buy this trade, okay? As simple as that, right? So that's what I'm trying to learn. It's just a way of, if I see it's bullish, I just had more trades, okay? But after it reaches my maximum take profit, then I see where price goes from here. You see, so because let's say I catch a trade up to here, if I'm lucky, I might catch another up from here, you see, and instead of me going to another trade, I'll just be trading one pair, you see. So that's what I'm trying to say. So, but for USD card, price is bearish, very much bearish. And the only way I can buy is if I see the daily shift. And in this case, it's after it breaks above this level, you see. So as for now, I'm really not doing anything. It remains, can go direct pending. Uh, can go direct pending. AUD and these are the same things I'm talking about where price shifts at this point. Well, I failed to identify that this is a shift, so I end up missing to all these buys and realize that we shifted at this point. So, but anyway, it's fine because now we know how we'll be adapting. So, for this pair, the only way I can buy, because we are very much bullish in all time frames now, is if price comes back here. That's the only way I can see myself buying here. Okay. But in the forward time frame, and in the forward time frame, same thing. I was trying to see the entry. You can see this kind of entry. We had the price tested, engulfed, price broke above, it tested, engulfed, came back a bit, engulfed. What did price do? Ended up buying. You see, always once the pivot is retested, you catch the buy. Okay. So that's what we'll be now focused on. So in this case, if price decides to return at this level, then we might do something about this pair and buy, okay? Because that's the only way we can participate in this trade, okay? This one. No? Uh, in that case, um, let's see if we can really use this here. Yeah, there's really nothing wrong with considering this move, honestly. And maybe this is very big, so just check here. Yeah. So it can make sense to this level here, right? Okay. Anyway, so this is what I'll be waiting for. This happens, then you can buy. So this one might also be, let's see, um, this one, this one. Yeah, this might be on top. Then we have USD CHF. I think price didn't do what oh, price actually went bearish. So this one, we might have fun with it this week. So most importantly is price is now bearish, and you can see that price is either going to respect this OG level or might trace back to this pivot, right? Mm, highly respecting the pivot though. But now, if you see the daily time frame, you can also see that this is the point where price is most likely to come back. I've only kept this point because what price does sometimes is it will come back here, then just tap into the level and then shift from this zone here and then sell, you see? So I've just kept the level to just keep myself aware of any sudden movement of the markets, okay? But in this case, we can clearly see that price is going to sell, and both pairs are very much bearish. Interestingly, you can see the forward time frame also. It says the mandate price has to retest this level before it can think of selling, right? Because price never made a new lower low, right? So in this case, it's a very nice, easy game for us, right? And I'll be definitely interested in this pair. The Neuro CHF, let me see what really down. Uh, price tested our OG level, but the daily ended up going bearish. So since the daily ended up going bearish, this goes to pending instantly, just like that. And then lastly, Euro USD. This was one of my OG levels, but you can see price ended up breaking another point here. So it's safe to say that price this safe to say that price wants to buy. Once we're at this point, it can buy more. It will buy more because it's broken above, regardless of the rejection. So it's just a matter of us waiting for price drop back in this zone and then wait for a shift in the forward time frame because the price will be bearish once we're at this level, right? So that's something we can focus on when we see price at that level. Okay. Uh, that's about it. So, don't think maybe I can put this one there. Between Euro USD and AUD USD, I'm trying to buy both of them. So since I'm trying to buy both of them, just pick the one that's cleaner. Yeah. What happens to GPUSD? I'm also trying to buy. So these three, I'm trying to buy of them. So the best way is just to pick one. Okay. Mm, then GBP Mm, there's a lot of fish right from here. But I think at 10 p.m. I'll show you what I'll be looking at. But for now, I'll leave you after being analyzing all these pairs. Okay. I'll update you at 10 so we can know. Maybe even 9, because maybe I might sleep early so we can know which area or route we're going to take. Okay. All right.
Morning, guys. So these are the pairs I'll be working with this week. Uh, Let me just keep it brief. From GBP card, I'll be looking for sales here. NZD card, I'll be looking for buys here. USD JPY, uh, you can look for sales here. The moment I just see any engulfing, I'll be selling. This one is using the draw. For this one, I'll be looking for buys also when price comes back here. So we have four. Then um, among the rest, I was supposed to do this last night. I don't know. I just forgot. Uh, among the rest. Which one can we go with? This one. Uh, also just typically the uh, this is the daily time frame. This is the weekly time frame. Okay. It's DCHF. It's fine. Uh, yeah. Still looking for buy sales. This pair. Yes, DCHF. Still looking for sales either at this point or at that point there. But let's see, do you think we can add any USD pair? No, no, let me analyze them. Let me see. Uh, ADSD. Maybe USD. Because I have a Euro pair, I have a card pair. average prepare. Uh, I need to remove three of these pairs here. This one's dead. These two, I know their direction, but the problem is the price will take so long, okay, compared to how these others will move. Okay, so okay, let's keep these now. Yeah, maybe in USDCHF then. Yeah, this is how we roll this week.